This is Lynn from Kathy Quilts. Today I'm here to show you about the 21X Elite, my favorite longer machine made by the Grace Company. So come on, let's go check it out. This is the unique 21X Elite. It's a 21-inch machine that's made by the Grace Company. Has this awesome 7-inch screen. You can change the modes on it: precise, cruise, manual, or based. You can do the stitches per inch either that way, or you can also use the handle and then go up or down. It's really nice. Has a nice feedback in the buttons. This is probably one of the best things about it. Has the start, stop, and needle up down on the same handle, so that's really nice. When you're doing precise, if I click this button, now if I move it, it will move. And so if you see that, that basically means that I'm going over speed. So a lot of times when I'm quilting on this, I'm only going to do about 8, but this will do 2,600 stitches a minute, so it's pretty fast. Now, precise is if I move it, it'll go. If I don't, then it stops. But if I do cruise, now cruise on the other hand is a little different, because when I turn it on, you can see the needle just starts going. So even if I'm not touching it, it's going to be going at a certain speed. So I can change that down to 5% if I want, but if you're going to use that mode, more than likely you're going to want at least 10%. So that's really cool. And then if we do manual. Now manual is really cool because a lot of times when you're doing stippling or micro stippling or something like that, you want it to be a consistent speed. And so if we turn it on, that's 55. So that's pretty fast. But I can go and I can change it down like that, or I can use these handles. So really nice. And then this is the needle up down. I should show you this too. So when I do needle up down, usually I have it set so that it'll do a complete stitch, because when I'm pulling my bobbin up, usually I would have to put my hand over here and I'd have to click it once and then move the machine and then pull my bobbin up and then go over there and click it again. And this time I can do it this way. Now for people that don't like to do it that way, you can actually go, it says right here, single stitch. So I can go and take a single stitch like that if I want. Now this is really nice too. Since I can't reach around to the back of the machine because it's too long, I can touch this needle jog. So if I go like this, you can see it incrementally goes down. And that can be really handy when I'm trying to place it a certain place on my quilt and I don't want to miss. But if I want to, I can go like this, just hit this, and that does my needle down. Go like that. So right now, every time I start and stop, it'll always stop in the up position. But if I go in here to settings, what I can do is I can always have it so the needle stops down. And typically that's the way I would normally do it. but overspeed, I can turn that sound off, and then the overspeed light, I can turn that off. And I mean, I don't really care if it does that or not, because basically if I go too fast, it's still going to, just make the stitches just a tiny bit bigger. So this way I can do it. My needle up down will just do it. I'll have to do it, instead of doing a single stitch, I'd have to click this twice. So now you can see there's still the single stitch and all that, but if I click this, okay, so when I stop, it stops in the down position. So then if I do this, I want to take a, go like that, and it just does a half stitch when I do that. This is really cool too. You can go into the toolbox and you have a measure, you have calculator, bobbin estimator, edge warning, or you can do some notes with the project. So pretty awesome. If we go up here, we can go to the settings. Oh, that was help. Anyway, prepare to quilt, quilting, maintenance, troubleshooting. So it has a lot of really awesome things. Talks about threading. So this is nice because it shows you, pretty much everything you need to do, how to thread it through, all that. So that's really nice. But also on the settings, this is really cool. So we can change the brightness of the screen. So that's pretty nice. And then also on the needle, you can see that there's not a lot of light down there. It's because it's turned off. So if I slide this over, now you can see how bright that is. So it works out really, really well. I like this machine because even though it weighs roughly 60 plus pounds, it moves around so effortlessly. Has the nice dual wheels, and the frame that you put it on will also have dual wheels. This frame is the Evolution Elite 8-foot frame, so it's a really nice one. I didn't have a lot of room in my quilting room here, and so I thought, hey, you know what, 8 foot is going to be just fine for what I have to do. So it is Evolution. And one of the best things about this frame is that the stops, the cogs, they're made out of metal, so they're not going to wear out. So if I have to, when I roll this, I can do that. But also, for taking this rail out, I can pop this up, and then if I need to take my take-up rail out, I can do that. On these, you actually have to disassemble them to get the rails out. Personally, I would have liked it if this one could have been, the same as that one, that we could pop it out, because or this one anyway, because sometimes you want to be able to lift that rail up to smooth out your stuff. But again, that's minor. But it comes with a bungee clamps. This telescopes in and out, and so you can put up to a 24-inch machine on here. So who knows, maybe the Grace company's thinking ahead. But very, very heavy duty. I have this one on casters. It doesn't come that way, but you can get casters. It's really nice. And I also have a light bar in here. So this light bar, you can see, really adds a lot of light and works out very, very nice. So that's basically it. Oh, I do need to mention a couple other things. Like that it has a bobbin winder built in, so I don't have to have a separate bobbin winder, so I can keep 2 cones of thread on here. and so that works out really well. Also, part of this, this comes with your frame, is going to be these channel locks. So if I want to lock that, then that doesn't roll that way. Or if I lock this one, now I can go side to side, but it stays in the same place. So very, very nice. I hope you guys have enjoyed checking out the Unique 21X Elite. It's a really fun machine to quilt on. I know that not everybody's going to be able to afford one, but for those that can and that are serious about quilting, this is definitely the way to go. So if you like this video, really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.